Hi friends, this is DaintyTank. Thank you for joining me today. This is 3 Lesbians in a Barrow, Part 2. To see Part 1, poke the Totoro, or the upper high card area. It's gloriously snowing here today, so I'm in a happy mood. Plus, we're getting back to the Trixie universe. Love it. Is it Trixie universe? Trixie world? I think Trixie World is inside Trixie's head. That's where we had that rat and bat fanfiction. Poke the Totoro, see that one, because that's a trip. Boy, is that a trip. But we are back to the old recording software because the new one updated and broke itself. So, it's okay. It's okay. We keep judging on. Let me know if you have a recommended recording software, because honestly I am hitting the wall with it, so I appreciate any and all help. With that, let's just get started. Last time we started off, we met Tabby here in the middle. It really is sounds like Nikita is crushing hard on Trixie here. Trixie wants nothing to do with Nikita, though. So it's very much a, comedy of errors, almost. So, they read and translated some scripts outside, and now they're inside. And they read, this bird weaving. But there looks to be some sort of great evil spirit that got placed in here, I think by the birds, and cursed and sealed in here. That's what Trixie is talking about here. Yeah. Maybe the dead skeletons went for a walk. The Vengeful Dead. I still love the music on this. It's great. Trixie finished fiddling with something on the ground. As she marched back over to me, she clumsily kicked a small rock, which spun gracefully through the air, struck the large stone door on the Barrow. The large, apparently incredibly precariously held, open stone door of the Barrow. Perfect. What was that? The door. Yes. Okay, that's not good. Did Trixie seriously just seal us in here with her clumsiness? What? F you, Nikita. There's no way that rock did that. It was a coincidence. Maybe the wind blew the rock over? The wind, Trixie, blowing a stone door closed. Maybe, if it... friction? No? No, Trixie, I'm pretty sure it was just your fault. Ooh. Tabitha, allow me. Trixie, that was 100% your F-up as usual. Be nice. Hey, maybe it's not Trixie's fault. Maybe it was magic? My psychic crystal certainly feels strange, like a bad day. I hope this isn't anything magical. I've had more than enough magical experiences with you recently, Nikita. You've had a magical experience with Nikita? No. No. Sorry, I think I misspoke. Oh, okay. Look, Nikita, could we have a quiet word about summer? Ooh. Trixie started to march over to the Barrow chamber, where Nikita was still poking about. No. You don't think we should get our story straight? As she stormed towards the apparently skeletonless burial chamber, Trixie clumsily kicked a small rock, which spun gracefully through the air and struck the ceiling of the burrow, just in front of the doorway, separating us from Nikita. An apparently incredibly poorly constructed ceiling of the burrow. Oh, Trixie! Oops. Trixie Glimmer Smith. Ah! We couldn't see her through all the rubble, but the sound of Nikita's foot stomping on the hard ground echoed through the barrow. Stomp, stomp, stop. It wasn't hard to guess she was imagining Trixie's face under her boots. Oh great, I'm in for it now. That sounds like she came across some sort of beast on the other side. Maybe the Barrow beast. Which I want to know more about the lore on that. Are you serious, Trixie? Complete cretin. Gah! Why is everything you do F me over? First that book, then kicking that rock, now this. Kicking another rock. You better find a way to get me out of here so I can break your legs. Jeez, I'm sorry, Nikita. It's not like I meant to trap you in there. Though I do kind of like that I did. Thank you, Trixie. Girls, can you two not fight, please? This is incredibly contrived. Situation is serious. Thanks for piping up, little Miss Sanctimonious. Little Miss Sanctimonious. Are you okay in there, Nikita? Can you see anything? No, not really. It's dark. Crap. There's a lot of rubble. Whoever built this place was really depending on the ceiling not getting hit by small pebbles. Look. Don't worry, Nikita. We'll get out of here and get some help. Trixie, come help me get this door open. Tabby, my upper body strength is pretty poor. I'm not sure I'll be much use. Just try. Trixie was right. She wasn't much help. A large rock door would not budge more than an inch. It's too heavy. We nearly got it moving. I think we might need more strength. If only Nikita hadn't accidentally gotten trapped behind that debris. Excuse me. So we're trapped here until we dig me out. Well, fortunately for all of us, I wrote that this was a possibility when I filled out the off-site health and safety form, so we shan't be losing any marks. Okay. Nice one. Thinking ahead as usual, Nikita. That really helps us out, Nikita. Thanks. No problem. We're going to have to dig Nikita out, and we can use teamwork to get that door open. Teamwork makes the escape from the Barrow happen. Dig? Like lift rocks? With my hands? It's Tabby, I struggle to pick up my backpack. How am I supposed to pick up rocks? You saw how weak I was when I pushed the door. I mean, I'll help too, Trixie. We can take turns. It probably won't take too long. We can be out of here in maybe a day or two. Day or two? 2 days? Tabitha, I am not rotting away in this pit for almost a week because of Trixie. You two better get digging. Ugh, I'm so glad I brought a copy of the dictionary with me. Nikita, 2 days is not almost a week. Don't try to guilt Trixie. Sealing you in a tomb was an accident. A happy one. Look, you can dig from your side, Nikita. It won't take too long to get you out of there. Me? I didn't make this mess. I'm not digging Trixie out of her own holes anymore. In this case, literally. Well, you're the one stuck in the worst situation here. Like, really. Dig from your side. Oh my god, Nikita. Ugh, Nikita, come on. You're seriously gonna extend the amount of time you have to sit in the dark by yourself just to spite Trixie? Yes. Oh, such a jerk move. This is her mess. She has to clean it up like a good girl. Oh, I cleaned up my mess during the summer, Nikita. Nope. Besides, one of the rocks hit me when it fell. My hand hurts. Slightly. Fine, Nikita. I kind of wish I'd read that note paper I found before we got trapped in here. Just in case it was a warning telling us to leave immediately, you know? Not that the big warning literally carved in the stone outside stopped us. Note paper? Oh, I almost forgot to mention it, huh? You completely forgot to mention it. Hey, look. I was going to, but we were kind of preoccupied with the whole catastrophic cave-in situation. I didn't think a random piece of paper was that important. Look, you can read it now, Tabby, if you want. I'll have a peek. How? Blood rot. How? That was the question that led me to this place. How? I was so young. What cruel force had deemed this fate necessary? What evil had put this decay into my veins? Blood rot, a disease so rare it took the doctors almost a year to diagnose. A disease that isn't found outside of a few unsubmerged serpent ruins remaining atop the rocky islands. Blood rot. How? It wasn't long before I snapped out of the pointless depression. How I had gotten this disease was irrelevant. How I would escape it was the only question worth my time now. I had so much still to give to this world. My academic work couldn't be left incomplete. There are few enough studying the old legends and the occult without me disappearing from the field. Though there were moments where I wondered if perhaps it was these very studies that had led me to my damnation. Moments that were, thankfully, few, and often quickly forgotten. And my life so cruelly cut short, I had not yet glimpsed the azure seas of Hawaii, the sunken temples of America, and the crater ash, fumes, and lava at the heart of Siberia. Jeez, this really kind of blows my mind right here. Hold on, because we know that it's set pretty much in the British Isles, but sunken temples of America, crater ash, and lava in Siberia. This is fascinating. I really want to see a world map of this. This is absolutely fascinating. There had to be some way to avoid this fate. I recalled a tale, an ancient legend, an immortal warlock in the mists. I needed to understand. Could such a figure be real? Desperately, I searched for information, but there was none. No traditional history book spoke of him as more than a childish legend. But there was one person who could help. A servant of the moon, so the story said. Only they could get me the information I needed in one of their forbidden tomes. Servant of the moon? Delilah Moonbeam? Is that Delilah Moonbeam? It took me some time to meet this figure. I remain skeptical of their claims of lunar servitude, but they were helpful nonetheless. What? The book they delivered to me was a horrific thing. I refused to read most of it, burning the pages until only those that seemed relevant to me were left. Ever-wrought time dust was real. I was sure of this fact by the time my reading was complete. He was alive, yet sealed forever in the Barrow he had made his home. The Barrow's location, however, was unclear. The day I finished my reading, I coughed up black blood, ruining the few pages I still held on to. My time was running out. Phew, this paper looks pretty new. Couldn't have been left here more than a month or two. Scary. Goodness, I don't like where this is going. Yikes, it's kind of sad though. It must have been really scary finding out you're sick. Seriously, I can't imagine what I'd do in that situation. They spoke about releasing an immortal warlock from this place. The one the warning spoke about. You think they succeeded, do you? I hope not. Goodness, maybe that spell could be just what we need right now. If only it wasn't so badly damaged. You two are such babies. They probably just heard the same silly story from the warning was about. It's all nonsense. I wish I could be as certain about that as you are, Nikita. I wish I could be as certain of anything as you, Nikita. Jeez. This looks like the only page. Unless... Is there any more of this in there with you, Nikita? It sounds important. There might be. There are 2 more pages in here. I'm not giving you them, though. Not until you get me out of here. What? Look, no offense to you two, but you'll be more motivated to get me out of here if there's a treat in it for you. Think of it like teaching a pet to behave. Oh, Nikita, you're miserable. You're such a jerk, Nikita. Yeah, besides, we're digging you out anyway. We need you to help us get the door open, remember? Fine. I'll let you have the next page if you two behave and get rid of most of this rubble. This is so demeaning. You like it really, Smith? I know your type. Oh, that face. What? I don't like this. I just feel like this whole situation is unnatural. You heard what that diary page said, right? I can't shake the feeling that must be something more going on here. And these runes, the spell, this place really is cursed or whatever. They might be the only way we can get out of here alive. She might have a point. It isn't that unbelievable, Nikita. You remember, you know? No. No. No, you don't. I'm not sitting here dying from lack of oxygen while you two read silly wall stories and silly bird spells. Get digging. But Nikita, do you think maybe this is the kind of situation where silly wall stories are reality? No. Dig me out. Fine. I'll take you out, geez. Me and Trixie can take it in turns. I'll go first. That way I can get it over with. And because I can just move all of the small rocks around the edge. Sure thing. I'll take a look around the room. Oh. Okay. What? Okay. I guess it's point and click again. What is this? Eyes in the dark? Chapter 1. What is the Eyes in the Dark? Is it a fanfiction? I want to know. The Eyes in the Dark. By Penny Hazel Lovelace. Okay. One. One word at a time. We can do this. Cliché as it is, the story began with a scrawled letter. A letter that would be starting gun for me and Wendy's demise. I sipped at my morning coffee, staring at that letter, the bitterness clinging to my tongue and the only proof that life still existed in my shaken body. The letter had left me with a feeling as queer as its contents. Oh? Dearest Valemia, my love, it began. It is with a heavy, nay, broken heart that I write this to you now. For indeed, I believe this may be my final letter to you. Goodness only knows why you neglected to respond to my previous correspondence, but regardless, I fear it may now be too late. I can only presume you think I am mad and have moved on. If indeed it is that you no longer love me, then fine. Though know that my love for you has never wavered. W. Her final letter? Previous correspondence? What manner of cruel joke was this? I knew all too well of Wendy's odd sense of humor, and her odder sense of romance, but this was all too much. I had not seen for some time. She had been staying in a cottage on North York Moor for a month now, as per what she called a quaint experience. Indeed, the last I had heard from her was a soft "Goodbye, Philly," when her steam train, a ghastly invention created to shuttle post around by particularly lazy postal workers, had departed from King's Cross. I almost broke down in the hysterics, so confounded and upset I was by the letter, but was saved from my tears when my eyes found something resting on that second, far queerer letter. I love everything about this whole game. That's like, but wait, it gets gayer. This seems like a fun read. Hope Wendy is okay. I like Wendy a lot. She's powerful. I'm gonna meet her in the next chapter. It's a shame P.H. Lovelace was so anti-postal service worker. Really makes me feel bad for enjoying her stories. Postal workers work really hard. Yeah, facts. It's pretty weird. Excuse me, but couldn't you two stop reading a child's book and get me out of here? Thanks. It's an adult book, actually, Nikita. It's a book for big girls. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you two stop reading porn and get me out of here? Thanks. We're on it, Nikita. Don't you worry. Deep. Okay, so it looks like I can just keep clicking around. Cool. I kind of want to keep reading. Do you want to keep reading? We're going to keep reading. Okay. Eyes in the Dark. Chapters 2 to 3. Here we go. 2. The northern countryside finally ceased to blur as the taximan's automobile shunted to a stop outside Marshfly Retreat. I decided to get to the bottom of this madness. What was that silly girl of mine playing at, sending me such an urgent and tearful letter, only to immediately follow up with apology and retraction? When he stepped out of the cottage, quite white-faced. "Goodness, Philomena, whatever are you doing here?" she exclaimed. Stormed up to her, throwing my purse into a taxi as payment, which sped off without a word. "What? Your whole purse?" Okay. What on earth is the business about alien land crabs? You gave me quite the fright with your letter, I demanded. "Gosh, Philly, I'm sorry, I am. And I had hoped my retraction would make you feel at ease. Really, like I said, there's no need for you to travel halfway up the country. In fact, it's best you left as soon as possible." I scowled. After some tea, of course. Wendy blurted out, "I'd offer you some coffee if you had some, but, well, you know me." And I had to. She smiled and I had to as well. We never had seen quite eye to eye, so far as drinks were concerned. "And then you can explain what all this nonsense is about, you scoundrel, Wendy." 3. Honestly, Philomena, those feckless, oh my gosh, are nothing but trouble. Fancy about being a strike for nearly a month, all down to them that you never get your letters. Oh, goodness. Wendy sipped her tea. "Just as well I found out about it and got my apology to you, else you'd be left in such a state." I shook my head, her hazel fur shimmering pleasingly in the evening twilight. "I was in a state," I reminded her. Quite. Goodness, I am sorry, Philly. I do mean it." Shook her head, perhaps the 15th time, that evening. "Though I maintain that it was all the fault of those no good London postal workers, I know, sweet, you said. And I quite agree, though I feel you definitely shelved some of the blame for sending such a letter to begin with. I mean, yeah, this is all, like, it's all your fault, but why are you so mean to the postal workers? Wendy blushed, nodding, for perhaps the first time that evening. Now, about these aliens you mentioned, the Yignos, yes, suddenly seemed all too energetic. I was almost jealous of the aliens. It seemed she was more excited by them than me. After about a month apart, it was quite scandalous. Goodness knows I had missed her, but then Wendy had always had her own peculiar, albeit sweet in its own way, approach to relationships. She sipped her tea and began her story. What a cute couple. Wonder what happened to Wendy. I hope it all works out for everyone in the end. Well, can we read the end? I don't want to click forward. I want to read more. I want to read it. No. Fine. What's this? South Anglian. Ooh. This is all of the history I want. Yes. Oh, I love reading things. Okay. Let's actually... I think for now. Let's actually read some of these, though. Like, let's do top left. This looks like some kind of bizarre evil boast. I think I need a break for now. Oh, is it limited clicks? Really? But I want more. Can I do? Introduction to South Anglian during the Copper Age. No. But I want to read more. Okay. Fine. There's too much to read. I want to read them all. No, let's click more. Field tips. Oh, I can read chapter 2. Yes? Okay, fine. Okay, well, I'm going to actually stop it here. This is a good place to stop before we get to the next part. All these pebbles just gracefully flying into ceilings and doors. Oh, goodness, Trixie. I love this game. I love the lore. I love the queerness. I love everything about it. How just open and flat it is about how the relationships are really interconnecting. I love it so much. And I hope you're enjoying this too, because 3 lesbians in a Barrow. Who doesn't want this? I want this. It's so delightfully good. So, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. I love you all. Stay safe. Bye!